Here we are looking at two examples of a fixture drain trap. And the difference between the two is the distance between the vent and the trap. And this one is shorter, this one's longer. And we're going to discuss the reason why there is a minimum distance between the vent and the trap. Now, when water sits in the trap, it sits at this level at each fixture drain trap. And when high amounts of water flow into the drain trap, it will now push the water that is in the trap up and create a small wave, which will then level off and enter into the drain. Now, as you can see, because the flow of water is able to level off, it gives the ability for the air to flow into the dirty arm. Now, when the distance is too short, the wave that is created does not have the ability to level off. And by the time it levels off, it is already being pulled down and sucked into the drain, which then prevents the air from flowing into the dirty arm, which would then protect the trap from being siphoned out. So now that gravity is pulling this water down, it will now siphon and take out most of the water out of this drain. And then all you're left with is a small amount of water that sits at the bottom of the trap, which will then create sewer smells that will be able to enter into the house. So a good rule to remember the minimum distance between the vent and the trap is that the distance needs to be 2 pipe size in length. So if we have a 1.5 inch pipe, the minimum distance will need to be 3 inches. If it is a 2-inch pipe, the minimum distance will be 4 inches, and so on. So if this is a 2-inch pipe, this distance will need to be 4 inches. And as you can see in this example, if this was a 2-inch pipe, this would be roughly a 1-inch distance, which is why the siphoning occurred. And this information can be found in the International Plumbing Code Book.